Welcome to episode 1 of NFT Shake, where we look at the hottest new Solana NFTs. And I'm here with...
Dan, hello.
How's it going? Yeah, he's a talking pig, believe it or not. So let's get into this. So what we're going to cover today is a few things, and we're going to start with the Fractal.is NFT market. Can you talk a bit about that, Dan?
Yeah, so hi everyone. Fractal, I think, is good at potential blue chip NFTs. So Fractal is a marketplace, it's a launch pad, and it's an NFT drop. The NFT drop has already happened. They gave 100,000 NFTs to their first 100,000 Discord members for free, which is awesome. There's 4 different rarities. The Try, which there's 70,000 of.
So this is the actual Fractal NFT you're talking about now.
These are the Fractal NFTs. I'll just briefly talk about those, and then we'll go into it a little more. The Tries, the blue ones. Then the red ones are quads. The pentas are purple, and the yellow ones are the hexa ones. They're the most rare.
So it looks like all the ones on the front page here are the blue ones.
Yeah, there'll be there's 70,000 of those. They're the cheapest ones right now. So it's got entry level fractals. So the marketplace is founded by, or the whole system, fractal ecosystem is founded by Jason Can, and he's the co-founder of Twitch. So he's now out of Twitch doing this. He's a super cool guy. He produces loads of content, just selfie videos that he uploads onto Twitter and the Fractal YouTube and in the Discord. So this is a gaming-specific NFT marketplace. So
right.
It's
and
nothing
it's Solana
to do.
based.
So it's, at the moment, totally Solana based. There's plans for cross-chain, but right now just Solana. And only gaming, so they're not interested in the profile pics or anything like that. It's purely play to earn gaming NFT related projects.
I think that's pretty smart, because I think most of the value in metaverse stuff to begin with is going to be gaming. We know people like gaming, millions of people like gaming, people pay money to game, and people get value from it. And yeah, you can stake some gorilla NFT or something, and then maybe you earn their token, but where does the value come from? For now, I think almost all the value is going to come from gaming. So this seems like a smart play.
This is exactly what their focus is. So that's what they did with Twitch. It was basically YouTube, but for gaming, right? So it's a niche, and that's what they're doing here.
We know Twitch actually started out as Justin TV, which was kind of a competitor to YouTube. And then they kind of pivoted and made it gaming only.
Okay, right. I didn't know that. Yeah, but that's exactly what they're not doing that here. They're just going straight in for the niche right away on this occasion.
Seems like a smart niche.
Yeah, the marketplace is really slick. They include the rarities on some of the NFT drops, which no other marketplace does that I've seen yet, which is cool. They take all the data and they tell you the rarity right there in on the marketplace, so you don't have to go to how rare is or Raritymon or one of those just to check the rarity. It's already there for you.
That's great. Well, so let's step back for a second. So we have Fractal. This is an NFT gaming marketplace or launchpad, and then this is the Fractal NFT on this page, and you can buy these. How many of these are there, and what? Why would you want one?
Okay, so yeah, there's 100,000 of them. I mentioned the 4 different rarities.
Yeah.
And their idea is that they're going to use these in different ways. How they're using them right now is to give whitelist access to upcoming drops on their launchpad, on their marketplace, Fractal.is. So, for example, if you own one of the fractals, you get a whitelist drop. But there's sometimes it's different rarities, so you only the penta holders and the hexa holders get
So what are these blue ones here?
Okay, so they're the tries.
So if I type this in, should it filter it on that?
What, try?
Yeah, or...
There's a filter button on the left. You can filter by the different fractal factions. Yeah, so if you click there, you will see the 4 different types.
Right, so the hex is really rare.
Yeah.
20 sol is the cheapest one. It's relatively expensive. It's about $2,000 with the current price. And it goes down to 5 sol, half a sol. So is there a big difference between quad and tri?
Well, it's yet to be determined, really. So each of them has different attributes. So if you click into one of them, you'll see there's some attributes like velocity and spin and things like that. So there's anything that has a velocity, or any fractal NFT that has a velocity over 343 is known as a supersonic. And if you own one of those, sometimes you get a whitelist drop just because you own a supersonic, and that can be in any of the factions. It could be a tri, penta, hexa, whichever one. Just all
can you sort on that?
You can filter. So bottom one is velocity on the left menu.
Oh yeah.
And then you can just type in 343, or there you go.
So this is the bottom most common collection, but this is very fast velocity.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of guessing what these would be good for in future.
So it definitely they're already released whitelist tokens based on supersonics. So that would be a good one to get. I think picking up a tri with velocity above 343 is a good entry point into fractals.
Interesting. All right, that's cool. Maybe I'll have to buy another one. I've just got some random floor one at the moment.
Yeah, I think I recommended you get one, and then I found out about this. So.
Yeah, thanks for that, Dan. That's brilliant.
Yeah, sorry. So I did the same. I bought a couple of random. Well, I got one because I was part of the Discord, and then it wasn't a very good one, so I got a couple more, and then I got a penta, and then I got a quad. I haven't got the hexa yet, but I'm not paying 20. Not yet, anyway.
It seems like a risk because we really don't know what. I mean, you could get something huge from it, or maybe it's just not going to be a big.
Yeah, I mean, whitelists can just pay for themselves really, really quickly. If there's something, they have a really good high demand NFT drop, and you get whitelist for owning a hexa or a
so why wouldn't
penta or
you
something.
pay 20 then? Is it not worth? Is it just a bit too much?
20, a bit too much, I think. If it goes to 15, I'll be really tempted. And at the moment, on the Fractal marketplace, you can't place bids, you can't make offers. It's still pending, so you have to just pay it, right? So you can go on to Magic Eden and put offers in on there.
So which one were you thinking of getting?
I need
hexa, quad, or tri. That's supersonic.
I need it. Oh, supersonic. It wouldn't matter. I would just type in 343 and then get the cheapest one. I think it's about 0.8 last time I looked.
And which was the one that was 20?
That was the floor price for a hexa. So if you come off quad, because I think you just filtered by the red quads.
Yep.
There you go. So what's the floor there? 0.75. So that's it. You just need that little try, and that would get you into the to have you be one of the supersonics. So this is new, right? So they've only released this whitelist for this recently, and there might be other ones, right? There's spin. Maybe they come up with something over a certain spin level, over a certain altitude. That's one of the other attributes. So there could be. It might not just be the velocity one, but.
So have they hinted at what's going to be important other than velocity?
Purity. So it's got purity 1 is like the highest, and power as well. Power 100.
So if you were smart about which ones you get, this could be worth a fortune in the future potentially.
Yeah. It's got the potential to blue chip for sure.
Well, look, this one here. This is only 0.88. This is supersonic and it has a purity of 1.
Right. Yeah.
In fact, all of these have a purity of 1.
So they're pretty good ones. Right, so that purity
should I buy this one live now on YouTube?
Yeah, get it. Yeah, was it a 0.88? I think that's actually a good one to get. Yeah. I mean, 0.88 is a bit much for a try because they're 0.25, but
this is purity 1 and supersonic.
Yeah, I mean, check the other attributes. Maybe.
Are you trying to talk me out of it so you can sneak buy it on the side?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it on my other screen.
Quicker.
I think that's a pretty good one. So Yeah, maybe pick this up in a bit. But I want to say something else about the fractals, right? So the idea is that NFT games can use the fractals within their game. So if you own that Purity One Velocity 343 NFT, you can use that in a game, and that can give you access to something else. Maybe the game uses the attributes itself, or maybe it just unlocks a new skin or something like that. So that's how they wanted to use them, and it's just so early that we don't know how they're going to be used. But it's a really smart play.
I think it's good that there's 100,000, not 10,000, because that's going to make it more accessible to more people.
Yeah, love it.
I guess they could release more in the future, or have they said it's fixed?
Yeah, they could different versions. I mean, this is they've released it early on, and look at the attributes like spin, velocity, altitude, power, purity. You don't really know how that's going to be used, and maybe it's some other attributes that they really need, and they have to come up with another range. But I think these are going to be around for a long time. I think the purists are always going to love them. People who are creating games are going to want to use them in their game, because then Fractal, the marketplace, is going to want to promote it, right? It works hand in hand. If their game uses it, yes, exactly. So
what was that series on Ethereum called, where it was just a black background with like 10 attributes like cape, lightning rod, basket or something. And they, I don't know how many there were. Maybe there were 10,000 or 1,000 or something. And that's literally all they were, just words on a black background. And the price went up to something ridiculous, like the equivalent of $100,000 or $500,000 just for these words. And people were saying, "Oh yeah, they'll be used in games." It's like, really? Like, which gamer can afford $500,000 for some words on a JPEG?
Yeah, well.
So this feels much more like this, second or third generation of that, where there's a lot more of them. They're cheaper. They have lots of different attributes, and could actually potentially work and be viable in a game.
Yeah, I think so. And I see your point about adding another range, because what if these 100,000 get to 4 or 5 Sol floor price? The accessibility is not quite so accessible anymore at $500.
I'm sure a lot of gamers don't have that much money.
Yeah, exactly. So that I can see them releasing another 100,000 of a new type that's, just give them away to a whole load of new members and new joiners or whatever. So I mean they're really so. Jason is obviously known. He's putting his name to it. His whole team has put their name to this. All their Twitters are there, their backgrounds. They're in this to make a business in for long play. No way is this any kind of are they going away anytime soon, right? These are here to stay, I think. And it's just they're doing cool stuff, right? The Supersonics is cool. They gave them away. It's cool. It's just I would recommend picking up a Fractal, even if it's a floor one. But if you can get a Purity 1 Supersonic, then yeah.
So the cheapest. Hold on. How do I find out what the cheapest one is here? Do I still have these?
Yeah, they.
How do I? I just press the minus there.
Yeah. It's so slick. It's the slickest marketplace.
Oh, well, that doesn't seem to have.
And they've clicked done.
No, that doesn't work. I think the filter's still active. Oh no, that should include everything. Okay, this is really great YouTube content.
Yeah, there you go, that one. Yeah.
There should be a just cancel filters or reset button or something. But so the cheapest Fractal you can get at the moment is 0.29, so it's pretty accessible. It's like $29. Great. Okay, so yeah, that's one to keep an eye on. Easy, just get one and keep it in your wallet, keep an eye on it, and then maybe it'll be worth a lot more in the future. Maybe you'll get some airdrops. See what happens.
Yeah, I think so.
So should we go on to the next one?
All right, move on to the next one. Yeah.
So this is YAKU Corp. Tell us about YAKU Corp.
Hyped for this. I have aped into it. So, YAKU Corp. This is cool. They're NFT bikes that you can use in their Metaverse game. Do you want to scroll down and see the bikes, because they're just super cool? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, this artwork's pretty cool here.
Find one of those. Yeah. So, yeah, they're creating a Metaverse game based around a Hong Kong map, and these bikes will be your NFT transportation around the metaverse, as well as you can use it to race in the game. Game's not live yet. They're just releasing the NFT drops first. So first drop were the bikes minted for 2.5, minted for 0.5, but then when they hit the secondary marketplace, where I started getting them, they're about 2.5. They rose to 10, a 10 floor, just about, and then owning the bike gave you the whitelist for the capsules, and the capsules mint is in 15 hours from now, 7 a.m. our time tomorrow morning. So I will be up at 7 a.m. with my wallet ready to go. And the capsules are cool. If you scroll, maybe go back to the homepage, you'll see the character running around the so that in the background, that's they're the capsules basically your metaverse apartment. So there's three.
So is the apartment part of the game? Well, that is kind of a metaverse place to hang out, and then the motorbike's the game.
Yeah, so exactly that. Motorbike's the game. The capsule is your apartment where you can configure your bike, so you can give it like a paint job, upgrade the weapons, upgrade the engine, upgrade the lights, that kind of stuff. You can display your NFTs, all the normal stuff you get within a metaverse apartment, right? You can chat with your friends, but the key thing is that you need the bike and the apartment to mint the avatar. And when you've got the avatar, you can only play the game if you have the avatar and.
So the avatar's the person, basically.
Yeah, that's the character you see running around there. But they're not available yet. So the mint for the capsules is tomorrow, and then there's no known date for the characters yet. I think that will be 2 or 3 weeks, probably something like that. They're still working on the art a little bit, but obviously they have to space it out. They can't do it all in a few days. Then once you've got all three, you can then start to stake, and then earn the YAKU dollar.
So they have their own token.
YAKU coin, I should say. Yeah.
So this token can be used in the game.
Yes.
Do you know
you'll need that to make upgrades to your bike and stuff like that.
Right. So I like that, and that's what I like about metaverse games is that the tokens have utility. You're not just like staking something and getting some random token, and the token's worth something because other people think it's worth something because they're staking, and then because an economy like that could just collapse if people start getting out. Whereas if people are really invested in the game and they've upgraded their bike and they spend hours playing the game every day, and that token really does have value to them because they're invested in the game and they want to keep playing it. So they want to keep the token. So if people want to exchange that token for other cryptos or stable coins, that's more likely to hold its value than just some random token.
I mean, this is looking hot, right? So a lot of the NFT avatars that you get in metaverse at the moment, there are kind of voxel characters like Minecraft, and these are just 3D characters. This is what I want. If I'm running around a metaverse, I want to look cool, right? Like these characters are. So
it's quite cyberpunk 2097.
Yeah, exactly. And that is, in my mind's eye, that's what I'm picturing for their metaverse. When you're cruising around on your bike in the metaverse, I want it to look like cyberpunk. And I want to be able to join a race or just cruise around playing a game within their metaverse. That's what I'm hoping it's going to be. I'm just believing in that right now. There's no sign of that at this point. It's too early, but
do you know
the way they're going about it. Sorry, say again.
Do you know if this has VR support?
I'm sure it will do. Yeah, I don't. It must do, but I'm not sure. When it comes to staking, how they're going about that is also you can tell they've thought about it. Right, the team is a professional team. So if you have the bike, you stake the bike, you get a certain amount of YAKU. If you have the capsule as well, you can stake that. You can stake your avatar. If you have all three, you get double the staking rewards. So that's cool. Also, the rarer your item, the higher it earns. So it makes it more valuable to own the rarer NFTs.
Do you know if the team behind it has any game development experience?
Yeah, I've watched the interview that Jason Can did with them. Yeah, they've got a professional team behind this. Yeah, so I mean, I've aped into it. Well, I've got five bikes, which is
really
fairly.
Wow. What's
fairly
the average buy price?
I bought two at 3.3, one at 4.25, one at 9, and one at 20.
Wow.
But the 20 was the 13th rarest mythical rarity. So I'm hoping that's going to provide a decent stake yield, and just be cool. But I really wanted 5 because there's 3 different rarities of capsules. So there's the Capsule X, the basic one, which still looks real cool and it's a decent size as well. Then you've got the Space Suites, just bigger, and then you've got the Galactic Penthouse. And I don't know how many there is, but tomorrow morning 7 a.m. I'm going to be on it, and hopefully I get one of those penthouses. I've got I don't know what the chances are, but I have 5, and I'm going to mint 5. They're 2.5 Sol each. I expect that to be the floor to be minimum 5. So
you think it's going to go up after?
Absolutely, yeah. So there's only about 75 bikes. So they're a bit of a story. So up until the mint, up until the drop of the whitelist, there was only 75 bikes listed. So we know there were 7,000 bikes, 7,000 whitelist spots for the bike holders, and we know that like 6,925 of those have gone out. So
people are just holding them.
Everyone was holding, waiting for the whitelist. So everyone's got that now. It will absolutely sell out in white. Well, it will 99% sell out tomorrow in whitelist, and then the 75 whitelist that didn't go out will go on to. It's not even going on to public mint. I think they're giving them away in like to Discord members or running competitions and stuff. Yeah. So I don't think it even goes to public mint. So what happened? The floor was at 10. As soon as the snapshot was taken, people started to list them. And I know from the Discord, a lot of people were telling me that they've got the bike, but they can't afford the apartment, so or the capsule. So they have to sell their bike to be able to mint the capsule. So they've got their whitelist token, so they'll do that, and then I guess all their only play is to then flip the capsule.
A different type of apartment flipping to what most people do.
Yeah. So these will be 2.5 Sol buy price. I think minimum 5. I can't see them. I can see them going to 10 straight away, and that's the basic Capsule X's. We've been chatting in Discord about this with a few people. The general consensus was Capsule X will be floor 10. And the Space Suites probably be 20, 25, and then the penthouses. We don't know how many there are yet. It could be 75 Sol, could be 150 Sol plus.
That's crazy.
From a 2.5 Sol mint, I mean, if you got the bike at mint as well for 0.5, so 3 Solana, you could potentially get a instant blue chip.
So how
NFT
much does it cost to buy an apartment if you have the whitelist?
That's 2.5 Sol.
For the small one.
For the mint. So you don't know. It's 2.5 for all of them, and you just get lucky or not.
Oh, it's randomly allocated.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right.
Yeah,
So that's a nice profit margin if you get one of the big ones, isn't it?
Oh hell yeah! So I'm already excited about it.
Would you just instantly flip it?
I keep going back and forth. I don't know what to do. So I'm in for 40 Sol right now, just shy 39 something.
So you spent $4,000 on a few JPEGs.
Yes. And yes, but I bought Solana when it was like $8. But I've spent those $8 Solanas so many times over.
But that's a good story to tell yourself, so you don't start freaking out.
Exactly.
I do the same thing.
I mean, I also bought Solana at $180, so yeah.
Well, indeed. Forget that one doesn't count. Just forget about that.
Yeah, no, they don't count. I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to. What I'd like to do is cover my costs, which after minting the 5 capsules will be 52.5, there or thereabouts. So I'm going to see what I get. If I've got 5 basic capsule X's, yeah, I'll be tempted to sell one straight away. What tends to happen, people will be hyped for this and they won't be able to get hold of one, right? They couldn't afford the bike, or were too late maybe. So we'll see. People often FOMO in quickly on these, and then they kind of stabilize over and sort of plateau for a few weeks. But when what I expect I'll do is I'll wait until we're nearer the time when you need to mint the character, because you'll have to get the whitelist. Then you'll have to have the apartment and the bike. And I think what will happen is the bikes will rise at that point. That's when I'll probably look to flip my one of my bikes, and then I'll probably look to flip an apartment close to that time as well.
Great. Well, we'll cover your progress on that in the next few weeks and see what happens. See if you become a sole billionaire when you get your.
But well, do you know
penthouse.
what? I'm dreaming. I am dreaming, because if this is the metaverse, right, where everyone goes, and I've got a baller bike in a galactic penthouse. Who knows?
Exciting times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very cool. Right.
Is there anything else we want to talk about on YAKU, or should we move on?
No, we can move on.
Okay. So portals.
I'm going to sound like such a baller on this first one. I've made so many mistakes, but I hit lucky with Portals, and I think YAKU Corp. So, right, these guys are cool, right? I don't know much about them other than what they're doing is cool, so I'm believing in them, and they've got a lot of funding.
So this was the original game, is that right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I did this bronze key hunt. And you're just in this tiny little room, and you click different things, and you can click the Nintendo, and you can play like old school Nintendo games, and there's like a poster on the table, and it comes up, and it's got a little code on it. And I'm like, oh, what's this code? And then you kind of click around, and you can click the computer, and it takes you into like a screen, and you have to kind of start to solve like their puzzle or their sort of treasure hunt. And I started doing it, and they were just did it in a really cool way, and I thought, I like these guys, and it's worth doing. You can still do it now. It took me a couple of hours. I didn't do it fast enough. If you did it fast enough, if you were the first 100 people, you got a free Portals NFT. They went up to 95 Solana like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago maybe.
So that's $950.
No, 9,000. When
Sorry, 9,500.
Went to 10,000, and they gave 100 of them away free.
That's a nice return.
Then it's not a cash grab. This is not the mint price. I think was like 0.5, but this has just been growing and growing and growing. So, there you go. You're in. So this is the bronze key hunt. They're going to do a silver key hunt, but I think that's going to be in the downtown rather than in a room. We'll talk about that in a bit. So I did this, and I just thought, I love these guys. I'm investing in them, and I bought a 10.8, and then it hung around 10 for a while, and then just rose. And it went to 95 at its peak. Then they gave away an airdrop for the Genesis card. We'll talk about it in a minute, and then it's dropped now to about 60. If I'd known it was going to drop to 60, I would have sold at 95 and then rebought. But
hindsight is 20/20, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you still tempted to sell it? How many do you have now? Just one?
No, I was tempted to buy 2 at 10. I couldn't decide, and I decided against it in the end. I thought that was quite a chunk of money.
$1,000 is quite a lot just for.
Well, at the time, Solana was $200, so it was $2,000.
Well, yeah, so lower then, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just thought, if I had bought a second one, I would have sold it at 20, and I'd be free rolling now. So,
that is a good reason to try and get 2 or 3 of everything if you can. Although obviously that's a lot more expensive to do that sometimes.
It's my new strategy, and I used it with YAKU Corp. Was get 3. If you believe in it, if you believe in it, then get 3. 1 to cover your costs, 1 to make a chunk of profit on, and then 1 leave it in your moon bag because you love it. You're never going to want to sell it. It's really hard to let these things go, as you know. We become emotionally attached to these things, right?
Yeah, but I think we both got burned with rug pulls in the last few months, and there were a lot of these rug projects which were just some mediocre artwork that looked kind of okay, and then I bought 2 of them, like Soul Worms or something, and a couple of others. It's very hard to do a rug pull if you're a team that's made a really good game, because you put so much time into it that you might as well just do it for real at that point. You can't just buy a load of cheap art off the internet and then make that the project. So I think it's much, if you've got a really good game like this, it's much less likely to be a rug pull.
There's no chance of this rugging. This is they've got backing in this now. They're being funded. They had a funding round a few weeks ago. Got 5 million. Yeah, these are. So let's talk about this a little more. So the Portals NFTs give you another apartment in their building 1. There's 3 types: the ivory and the. You'll have to check the unit type. I can't remember. It's Onyx or something like that.
Onyx.
Onyx, okay, and then Vision. So they're the 3 different types. Visions are going for 1,000 Solana, or they were. I don't know what they're at. What are the Visions now?
2,200. There's only 3 listed on Magic Eden.
Yeah. So like corporations are buying these, right? So Binance, FTX. Who else is in there? Just all the big players in cryptocurrency basically have got what.
This is really looking like a blue chip project, isn't
it? Yeah. So there's 5,000 of them. I think 100 Visions, and then maybe 400. I can never remember the name. Onyx.
Onyx. Yeah. So this one here, that's worth over $200,000. Yeah. That's for the top one. So that gives you a big apartment, does it? Or.
Yeah. They're bigger ones. And Portals, the team have been like decking them out with like custom furnitures and stuff like that. So
are they interactive in like this game? So you can click on stuff.
You can do all your own stuff in it. It's not quite there yet, but yeah, the idea is that you can build your own. It's called an apartment, but really it's like it could be a showroom for a company. It could be an area where you gather and have. You can have like 400 people can join and all talk and all participate. And I don't think there are many like private areas where you can go and do that with 400 people. Like you can't do it on like Teams and stuff like that. They max out, don't they? Like 40. I mean,
it's difficult when you're in a chat room like that, because if everyone's talking over everyone else, then it kind of degenerates. But I suppose you could walk over to groups of people who are standing around like you could at a party, and maybe that's how it works.
Proximity. Yeah. So they'll have that. So they're still building, but the NFTs are for building 1, and they say that there's benefits for the owners of this. So far the benefit has been they've gifted out a Genesis card, which is a smaller pod, and that's more like an apartment. It doesn't have the benefits as the ivory, but it has you can put your NFTs up. You can invite I think 4 people to your apartment, and it will give you access to the downtown, which is about to release like soon. They've got a announcement this Sunday, and with a first kind of view of it, which is going. The idea is that they're going to make a dense metaverse. So I don't know if you've been to like Decentraland and like Sandbox and places like that.
I think I've briefly seen them.
So you like teleport in, if you like, to the metaverse, and there's no one around. So you're like you're lucky if you see anybody. There's no real. It's just too big right now. So they thought, well, let's build outwards, right? We'll start with a dense city, and then when it's overpopulated, we can build out, and we'll make it bigger as the economy and the community grows. So that's what they're doing, making it dense, and they're calling it downtown. It's the first part. There's supposed to be benefits and kickbacks for owners of the Portals NFTs, and if you own 5 Genesis cards, there's a yet to be confirmed benefit to that as well. So So there's a code on there. What's a password? Like whatever that is, right? So you need that password at some point in this.
Leaked.
In this, yeah. So it's really cool. It's worth doing. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I found the key, but it wasn't fast enough to get the free one. But
I might check this out later on. Then it looks pretty cool.
it is good. But definitely do the silver one, and I'll try and let you know. And we'll tweet out on NFT Shake. I'm constantly on the Portals Discord. So
do
the
the
second
silver
that
one? What do you mean?
Second.
You said do the silver one. What does do the silver?
The silver key hunt. So there's going to be a silver key hunt.
So that's not launched yet.
No.
Oh, okay.
So we had the bronze, obviously silver to come. I would hope there'd be gold at least, and then who knows, maybe platinum and other ones perhaps. But I expect them to be giving stuff away for people who complete it. Now it's way more popular now. It was just a few thousand people in the Discord when I joined, but there's probably 100,000 in it now. But it will be a fun thing to do, and who knows, maybe you get something free.
Excellent. Okay. Anything else to say about Portals?
Yeah, let's just look at the Genesis cards. So at the moment, the only access into the downtown and the whole system.
Oh, this one, citizen cards.
Yeah. So sorry, these are citizen cards. These are the Genesis type. So these give you access to a small pod. The design is still being done. You don't have access yet. I'm expecting that in the next week. And then you can start to decorate your apartment. So these were given out to all the Ivory holders. Then in the future, they're going to go out another 5,000 Genesis cards, and I think.
So these are all the same now, right?
There's no rarity difference here. They're all exactly the same. The only reason people would buy one over the other is the number. People one sold yesterday. The floor is like 7
the number
between.
Like
Between
someone might want
69
or something.
Yeah. So someone bought 444 for double the floor, just because it was 3 4s. Yeah. So if you get a choice in buying one, any NFT, look for those kind of numbers: 420, 69, and rep 22, those kind of things.
Have they shown us like a map of where each apartment will be yet?
No. So. We've got the building 1, which is where all the original NFT apartments are. That's slap bang middle of downtown. The Genesis cards are out of downtown. They've said that's not part of downtown. So
it's some kind of slum on the edge of town with burning trash cans and lots of street crime.
I hope, but I've got a feeling they're going to make this really clean and pure. But there's part of me that wants like an underbelly to it, right? Like a bit like
gritty. Well, if YAKU's going to be like cyberpunk, then you need some kind of dodgy, crime-ridden area with shootouts and stuff. So who knows?
Yeah, I think this is going to be more focused on businesses and the brighter side. But I don't think it's going to be too like cartoony. I'm expecting it to be quite realistic, but.
So you don't think it'll be like this?
I have seen like a shot of what downtown could be like, and it was more like cyberpunk. But this would suggest that it's going to be a little more cartoony. But the avatars, these were just the basic ones, right? They just stuck them in there. They've got the second generation avatars are coming out now. They're just free to use avatars. There's no NFTs for those right now. But who knows if they're going to introduce that? That sounds like a good idea. But yeah, these are just so the key thing with this, it just works in a browser, right? So you haven't downloaded any software or anything. You've just 2 clicks and you're in.
Yeah, that's great.
It's really important to them that it's accessible, right? They don't want people to have to download stuff and take time. It's so fast.
Have they talked about VR?
Yes.
And what have they said?
Yeah. The plan is VR.
Because at the moment, like, I'm pretty into VR, and I've got an Oculus Quest 2, which I plug into a PC and use as a PC headset. So you can either get stuff. I know. What's that other metaverse play on Solana? Art, AI art, something.
Not sure.
I own it, and they released like a residence card, and they released.
Oh, Lux.
Lux, yeah. So they've released something on PC VR, and I think they've also an Oculus Quest 2 can run. You can either get stuff and use it completely wirelessly on the headset, which is, and buy stuff in the store, which is obviously a really nice user experience, or you can plug it into a PC and get much higher quality graphics, but it's a little bit more fiddly, especially if you have to sideload it. So I don't know if Portals have said whether they're going to support Quest 2, whether they're going to put PC VR, how you'll get it installed on the headset or anything like that.
No, nothing thus far, but yeah, the idea is to be VR compatible. That's on their high on their list of items to tick off on their roadmap.
Cool, because I think that's really what Metaverse is all about, isn't it? Kind of living in a virtual world kind of thing. Although it's obviously the VR aspect's very early still.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's definitely on there, and I'm just really looking forward to this weekend as a whole, really, because we've got the announcement on the downtown. It's just cool. There's so much going on. They're developing quite quickly, but you just get a feel for their professionalism in the Discord, and their you know how you probably read a lot of Discord like I do, and some of the announcements you can tell they've been written by a professional.
It's like half-assed or generic.
Yeah, and then you've got plenty of them are, there's typos and they're not well written. There's lots of slang in them. Their ones are professionally written, right?
You mean professional in a good way, not in a cold corporate way?
No. Yeah, no. In a good way. It's
like they care.
Yeah. They've got a great marketing team there, I'm sure, because they're well written, but they're keeping it fun. They have regular announcements as well. So they have announcements every Wednesday and Sunday, and it's just that's so much more regular than everyone else. It feels like they're always announcing something, and they're not shilling loads of other stuff and just trying to get involved with other things. They're just doing their own thing. I was surprised they went to 100. I thought it was a bit early to get. Well, it got to 95.
I suppose they've got a track record, haven't they? I mean, there's so many projects are just a couple of guys who don't know what they're doing. The art's kind of dodgy. That they're clearly well out of their depth, and people are just speculating. Whereas this has actually got substance. It's a very professional looking game. They're obviously they can obviously produce something.
Their idea is to have like a dense downtown where there's stuff going on, right? You can go into stores and shops. You can go into the help center at like Binance or FTX or whatever, but use their marketplace in their store, if you like. But also to have games. Well, maybe not, but that's I don't know why. It sounds
cool. Maybe I would do it. I really don't know, because it's completely new, isn't it?
Yeah, if there's like a Gucci shop and you could go and buy your Gucci trainers and you can put them on your avatar, but you also get them delivered to your door, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that, getting like two pairs for one or something like that. But the idea is the gaming as well. There's going to be games, there's going to be activities going on, things to do in the downtown. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to come up with.
Making sure the games in the game are really good and addictive, and not just half-assed.
Yeah, you want to be going back. You want to be desperate to finish work so you can put on your VR headset and get into downtown and see what's going on.
Yeah, like I still haven't seen Ready Player One. I've got that downloaded, so I'll watch that the weekend.
Yeah. Watch it. It's cool, and it just gets you more up for the metaverse.
I think it's suddenly going to be everywhere, and we'll be like, well, where did that come from?
Yeah, I think every home's going to have a VR headset and probably a multi-directional treadmill in the next few years.
Yeah, apparently last year the Oculus Quest 2 outsold the Xbox.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's getting a lot more mainstream.
Yeah, they're bringing them into schools. And the stuff Meta are doing, and Apple will no doubt be.
Yeah, Apple's one's going to drop soon, apparently.
Yeah, with these, I saw something on this recently. Apple piloted smart glasses in 1983.
Yeah, there's a look towards the future video they did. I think it was in the 80s or 90s or something, and they've got basically an iPad in it and all sorts of stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unreal. Like, but it was they were so far ahead. The technology just took 20 years to catch up.
Well,
Yeah,
you remember
it's
all
gonna
the
be better.
virtuality headsets in the early 90s as well? With like, you remember
What?
those? There's this huge
Yeah,
VR machines with the chunky graph, the grey squares on the display and stuff.
yeah. It was basically like two colors. I mean, we're in a different generation now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
looking forward to it. So yeah,
Yeah, this is going to be one to watch as well. It's a bit out of my price range now, but yeah.
yeah. I mean, the Genesis cards are 5, but there's no. Uh, uh,
So
all you're getting is
what
access.
is the Portals card? What does that do?
So that's your apartment card basically. That gives
Um,
you access to downtown, and you have your apartment. So you'll be able to rent these out. So I can see businesses having these. They can decorate them like they're in their corporate colors with their sign. They can send a link. You could host a launch party for a new
but
product. And
sorry, can I just pause you there for a sec?
yeah, yeah,
Couldn't I just buy a Portal Citizen card and enter the metaverse anyway with that?
yeah, yeah. You
So
can
so
do
why
that.
do you need a Portals card? What's the difference between a Portals card and a Portal Citizen card?
All right. So Citizens Card is just a pod. You can only have 4 people there, and um, you can't redecorate it. It stays decorated. You can do a few things like put your NFTs on the wall, but basically it's a decorated apartment and that's yours, and
And
you
then I
live
can't
there.
go anywhere else. Can I visit someone
Yeah,
else's?
it gives you access to downtown.
So if there's a Binance shop or something, I can visit the Binance shop.
Yep. Yeah, you can get you that. That's what this is. That's what the Citizen Card is. It gives you access to downtown.
And so the Portals card, the expensive one, this is for like big buildings and
It's
businesses and
for
stuff.
yeah. You get a big. The Ivory Room is pretty big. I think you can have 400 people in it joined all at once. You can decorate it. You can add like functionality to it. So a bit like you can add HTML code into your room, right? So you can do your all sorts of stuff. You could have there's like a poker app that you can introduce. So you can host a poker tournament, all within your own private function
This
room.
is just like either none of this is going to work and no one will use it, or it's going to completely revolutionise society.
Well,
It's just all new.
yeah, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
the internet was in like 1997 or something.
I agree. It could go to nothing, or it could be absolutely amazing. I kind of like the idea of a company having a product launch and saying to their customers, "Come along for the day. We're going to be hanging out in the metaverse. Come and see the new product. Look at the product data sheets. Have a video running on it. Have a chat to the technical salespeople and stuff." And I think I can just see that. I can just see that working initially and being quite. It might be a bit gimmicky at first, but.
It
Who
just
knows, ultimately.
it just comes down to are people going to want to do it? When we don't know. Is the user experience? If the user experience is really good, they're going to be more likely to want to do it. But then is it? And then I guess younger people will grow up with it and they'll be more used to doing this kind of thing. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's so early. Who knows? I mean, some people are doing like they're making like a bar, right? So you can just come and hang out in this like cool like bar, and then but I don't know. Like I said, why would you want to go and do that when you could just
Go to a bar
go to a bar
and actually
yeah.
get a drink.
And yeah, but who knows? Maybe there's like you go in and there's games you can play there. Some people are making like escape room versions, like, which is a bit of what the Bronze Key Hunt is.
I mean,
in a way.
at what point is this just a video game?
Yeah. It could well be.
I mean, I'm sure there's an escape room video game that already exists.
Yeah, that you just join with your friends and you all run around the room do it together, right? And yeah,
But except you don't need to spend thousands of dollars on an NFT. I mean, I guess that gives it exclusivity. But yeah, I'm sure NFTs fit into this somewhere. VR fits into this somewhere. Gaming fits into this somewhere. We just don't know which combination of that stuff are going to be the things that work. Some of it will work, some of it won't.
Yeah, remains to be seen. I thought these guys, I just believed in them. They're doing something cool.
Yeah, they're
and
obviously good at what they do, yeah.
yeah, who knows? It might absolutely tank next week when they release some pictures of downtown and it's and maybe it tanks. But
It's like Portland or something, and all the buildings are on fire, and there's like homeless guys. Right, shall we move on to the next one, or is there something else you want to say on this?
Well, no, I think that's that's it. I did want to just talk about trying to get into the bloody Cats on Crack Discord.
What is Cats on Crack? I've heard of that.
They're doing a great job of building hype. So normal kind of stuff, NFT drop, probably profile pic, staking, those kind of things.
So Cats on Crack is an NFT series.
Yeah. But we don't really know what it is yet. You don't find out until you get into the Discord, and I can't get into the Discord. So they've made it invite only, and on their Twitter they post a code. Like it's kind of cryptic as well. You can't just copy paste it. They always like put it in the back of an image or something like that, and then you have to go to like discord.gg/invite/ and then you type in the code, and within 30 seconds they turn it off. So you've got to put a lot of attention and effort into getting into the Discord, basically. You have to have notifications on, and I've taken to keeping a permanent window open with the. So all I have to do is type in the code. I still haven't got in because by the time it happens, I'm like making a cup of tea or whatever, and then I have to run back to my laptop, and then just too late. Honestly, within 30 seconds. You could probably pay someone to do it, like pay a child or something. Just sit there all day. Get some child labour going. Yeah. So I've tried for weeks. I can't get in. So it's just things like this just make the NFT space just really cool. Yeah, people are just making shit up as they go along, and that's what's so cool about it. Like, what do you mean you can't do that? Do whatever you want. I think it's fine. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Right. So I think that's the end of the episode then. Yeah, wrap this up, and then we'll follow up next week. Brilliant, guys. Well, this was episode 1. If you've got any comments, you want us to look at any particular NFT series, you think we made any mistakes, please like, comment, and subscribe below, and we will see you next week. Thanks, guys.